Do you think that what you say and what you think about has any effect on your family, on you, on your pets, on your spouse? Do you think it matters what you say or think? Well, today we're going to discuss how profoundly what we say and what we think affects everyone around us and is actually a reflection of how we're feeling inside. Hi, I'm Monica Anderson, life and wellness coach for busy moms who are looking to reclaim their voice, wholeness, and magnetism on their journey to a sustainable life. Moms, are you ready to be your true, authentic self and not worry about how that might affect everybody else? Because the truth of it is that your true self and who you really want to be, and maybe you've forgotten it through all the laundry and the chores and everything that happened in your life. If you're a working mom outside of the home, working a full-time job, maybe you've been married for a long time and you've just been going through the motions for far too long and you've forgotten who you are and you've put that side of you away. Well, that's exactly what you're reflecting onto your kids for them to do. And they will spend so much unneeded time as adults trying to figure out who they are. Are you having self-deprecating conversations with yourself, saying things like, I'm stupid, I can't do this, this is overwhelming, I can never learn this, this is confusing? All of those comments and thoughts, they go round and round in our head, and then they are manifested out into our world. And so if we want to change the way our family is reflected back to us, and we want our kids to also do the same when they're adults, then we need to practice that ourselves. And so the way you do this is you look at, let's just start with looking at your morning routine. Now, do you get out of, or do you open up your eyes in the morning, kind of maybe with one eye open and think, gosh, I'm sure I'm going to be walking on Legos. I'm sure that the kitchen isn't cleaned or whatever it is. And you know you're going to be walking into chaos. And you immediately have this feeling of dread come over you because it's going to be the same old thing over again. Well, when you get out of bed like that and you interact with your children with the expectation of chaos and failure, that is what they are going to reflect back to you. But what if you, before you got out of bed, maybe before your eyes even open, but you know, that in between time before you're awake, before you're not asleep, but you're not awake yet, you start expecting greatness. You start expecting all the great little things about your kids, seeing their cute little faces, or maybe they're adults or teenagers. So you expect to see them living the way you want to help you. Maybe you expect to see their beds made, or you expect to just feel positivity. Whatever it is, I would start expecting miracles, start expecting and wanting and searching for positivity. Start looking at the details of your life. This is your life, this now moment. Everything you've done up to this point is to bring you to this moment. There is no moment to get to. You know, I always think that we're always trying to grab for that next moment. It's like, I got to get up. I got to make coffee so I can get through this, so I can do this. No, you don't. You need to focus your mind on the present moment and how you want the present moment to be, because that will reflect, you will start seeing that reflected back to you. I always say in my opening statement about creating magnetism, well, what that is we're trying to raise our magnetism so that we're to the point where we are reflecting back, we are attracting the things that we want to see. So we are only going to be saying the things that we want to see in our lives. We are not going to be spending our time anymore, moms, going over and over and over the things that were said to us in a fight with our spouse or the way our child was acting the day before, or our teenager said something nasty, or maybe yesterday your teenager wasn't even talking to you and they're in their room all day. Don't go over that. Understand that they're going through something, that something's going on with them, and then it's not personal. Start creating a life and a way of being that you want your kids to also have as adults. You're teaching them life skills. You know, a lot of us are homeschooling now where we weren't before. And it's actually a really great thing. And you think maybe you're not doing enough curriculum or something like that. And that's not true. If you're reflecting a life of creating a life that you want for yourself, that you're a whole person. You know, you might feel criticism towards your family because they don't seem to ever care about you or what your needs are. Well, they don't see you caring about your needs and what your needs are, so they don't even think about it. So if they start seeing you put yourself as an important role model in your own life, and you're the main character in your own life, and you are getting up and you have a great routine that takes care of you. Maybe you spend 5 minutes of the morning meditating on just clearing your mind, connecting with source, and just thinking about all the beautiful things that you want to and you expect to see today. They will start getting in alignment and they will start doing that themselves. They will be giving you the time. I've seen this in my own life. When Natalie was little, I had to carry her around, and basically for 8 months I was nursing her, but I still wanted to get ready in the morning and get that routine. And I wanted her to see me, that mom gets ready in the morning. I didn't put myself aside and go without eating, go without getting ready, where I felt frumpy all day and was running on empty because I had to take care of her before I took care of myself. And so she learned that I am, putting the oxygen mask on myself before I'm putting on her so that I can help her. And so now here she is, 3.5 years old, and no one bothers me for the most part, when I'm getting ready in the morning. And I use that time to listen to affirmations, to say affirmations, to just really set the tone for my day. And that's something that has really changed the dynamics of the family. They all respect me. They all give me my time. And I feel that back from them because that's what I expect to see in my day. I mean, of course, I have moments where I'm not seeing that. But again, if I go within, I will find out that I somehow am ruminating on self-doubt or not taking care of myself or letting outside influences influence my inner thoughts. And so we have to be really careful with what we're watching, who we're talking to, and how we're conducting our outside life, and make sure that it's in alignment, that this is in alignment with how we feel about ourselves inside. And your children are literally watching everything that you do. I always say there's no pressure, but it does feel like a lot of pressure. And sometimes that can make you feel hopeless or make you feel like you don't measure up or you're not a good mother. And we've talked about this in past episodes. You are you are a human being that is trying to figure out the world. You are not perfect. Just because you had a child that you're now raising into this world, and we're in an insane time in this world where I'm finding that everything that I did with my older kids, I'm not doing with my newest kids, my 3-year-old and 13-year-old. I am really reflecting on building up skills within them of being creative and being true to who they are and finding their voice and letting them express themselves however they want and not putting any judgment on that. There's nothing that I want them to be. There's, I don't I don't focus on the external things. That doesn't mean that they don't, like with my 13-year-old, she has school that she does, but I'm really focused on her getting a routine and getting into a flow in her day and having positive self-talk and stopping conversations when they're not mindful of who she truly is. um, all the conversations, I try to point everybody back to the truth of who they are, which are limitless beings who can accomplish anything that they want, any desires that they have. But in order to do that, we have to go inside. We have to go inside and really use our imagination and visualize who we are, who we truly are, not who the world says we are, not who we think that we're supposed to be because of uh, the other moms at the school, the way they look or whatever. You are a unique individual that the world needs. We need each person to come out and be their true essence of who they are. And that is going to reflect to the children that are in our lives. And then they grow up with this idea of being who they truly are and sharing their gifts with everybody, because that's where the magnetism comes in, is being who you are. Do affirmations in the morning, do affirmations before you go to bed. Another thing that I love to say that is super efficient and important is really reflecting and having an attitude of gratitude. I feel like that phrase has been said so many times and we don't really appreciate what that will do. But by being grateful for another opportunity to live, another opportunity to experience this life and experience it the way we want to, and reflecting on all the good things that we have. There is nothing in your life that is not a benefit to you if you'll just look at it like that. So I just want to encourage moms to, and women, all people, to really focus on what you do want in your life and really focus on your internal dialogue. And then that will reflect on the outside what you're saying to your kids and your family, and that will reflect a positive outcome for you. So if you're really wanting to have a life that is positive and that is reflecting all of your dreams and desires, then that's what you need to be focused on. Don't focus on all of the things that actually aren't even real. They're just created in your mind. Create a routine. Do things the night before so that your morning is set up and is smoother. Just think about what those things are. What would benefit you when you're waking up in the morning? What kind of routines could you set up for yourself? All those things are things to think about and get your family on board, and they will love it. So thank you so much for listening. If you're interested in possibly working with me and really coming up with a strategy, that's what I do. And I would love to hear from you. My website is rawwithpeace.com, and you can find lots of information on there on packages to work with me. There's a free 7-day self-help guide on there that you would enjoy using. You could download that today and get started on just getting a simple routine and getting yourself focused on thinking clearly, thinking positively, and your words and your life will start reflecting that.